Hello. At a certain point, all of us we apply for the jobs straight after the college, or when we are trying to switch from one company to another, we apply for the job change. And the first question they will ask every time, tell me about yourself. It is a critical question, it is an ice-breaking question which can the make and break the entire interview for you. So today we are going to discuss about tell me about yourself, and we are going to discuss a proven strategy step by step which is proven and tested with all the candidates across the globe. I've been teaching the same strategy across the globe, and many candidates they benefited using the same strategy and they got the job using this. So basically when the recruiter they are asking you tell me about yourself, basically they are trying to understand what are the skill set and who are you as a person, what are the kind of key component or the skills you are bringing to the table, and why should we hire you. So combining all those questions, basically they want to understand as a kind of the icebreaker as a first question from you. Sometimes they rephrase this question, they say, okay, can you please walk through your resume, can you please introduce yourself, or tell me about yourself, as a kind of the basic the question they ask. So the first, let's divide into it step by step, and then at the last I'm going to give my introduction, and then you can customize it as per your convenience and as per your job profile. Now this is suitable to the candidate who are experienced candidate, and they are kind of trying to move to the another job with the higher package or the career growth. And this is same applicable for the student who just they passed out straight out to the college, and they are they applying for the campus placement, or they are going through the open market to apply for the position. So the process remains the same. So when the recruiter they ask about tell me about yourself, you always start with your introduction, who you are as an individual. So you can start always with your name. So you can say, okay, my name is Sandeep, I belong from Rajasthan, India, and I completed my schooling and the kind of the early education into the Rajasthan. I completed computer science engineering, and then I had kind of been working with one of the organization as 3.5 years. So that's the basic idea you tell them in that way. And then you keep telling them a little bit about the family background. So you can say, okay, I belong from the Rajasthan, we stay in the kind of the joint family, and the kind of the value system which helped me to grow as an individual, and those skills and the values which I learned from the family, they are even helping me today. So try to highlight a little bit. Don't start explaining about your family. Don't start explaining about the state or the education you have done, the courses you have done. Don't start explaining about them, but a little bit crisp idea. Tell them what is your background, from where you belong, because sometimes it can click in a different way to the recruiter. It can give some cue to them, and they might be interested to know more about that, right? Then that's the first thing. The second, you start about the project you have been working into the past. Now two different scenario. If you are an experienced candidate, then talk about the project which you have been working. And if you are just straight out of the college, then talk about the extracurricular activities or the freelance project, or the kind of some research and the market research, or anything which you have done apart from your regular studies. So talk about them. So now take the first example. If you are an experienced candidate, then you can say, okay, in the past I've been working into 3 different organizations, and with the first organization I was working into a capital market project. The second organization I was working related to the healthcare project, and then third organization. The next point, you should talk about the achievement which you have done, and maybe the kind of the skill set which you are good at. So if you are good into writing, then you can say, okay, I've been writing the blogs related to this particular the niche, let's say related to healthcare or related to technology, and I'm really good into that particular area. If you ask me, I can say, okay, I'm really good into IT project management, the leadership, the hiring, the mentorship, and the stakeholder engagement. These are the few of the critical skill set which I have, right? And then if you have done any other achievement, if you are straight out of the college and you have done some achievement, let's say related to the research publication, or related to sports, or related to let's say the music, or any kind of anything related to that you want to highlight, and that will stand out yourself from the rest of the crowd. It will give, okay, apart from the academics or apart from the regular job, as an individual you are interested into something else. So as a whole kind of the personality, the person they are the getting into the interview. So that is the third thing. Now the fourth, you talk about why this particular position. Then you can say, okay, as per my earlier discussion with the HR or the recruiter coordinate, I've been gone through the job description. It can be the same for the as a fresh student, and can be same for the the experienced candidate. So you can say, I already been gone through the job description, the type of the skill set and the project description which I came through, it is aligning towards my career goal and the previous background which I have. If it is a completely different, then you highlight why it is different, and then you are looking for a switch, right? So if it is the same, then highlight it is same. If it is different, then highlight the connect the dots, why it is different, and then why are you interested into that. So it will give the recruiter an idea this candidate is really interested into the position. They have done some background and the research about the position and the roles and responsibilities, right? So highlight a little bit. Again, you don't have to start explaining the job description. And the last, you mention about what are your kind of the short term and the long term career aspirations. So clearly you are setting the expectation to the recruiter, right? So because when we join a organization, you are spending a lot of your time, the valuable time, and you have to mention why are you the interested to join this particular the organization, because there are hundreds of the other organization available. So you highlight in the short term, let's say I'm looking for the individual contributor into the same type of the project, and in the long term, 2 year 3 year down the line, I am planning to handle end to end the global project into the same domain. And given this the multinational the corporate environment for this organization, I am hoping to get into that type of the position, right? So that's how you can highlight. Now it can be customized if you are meeting. So let's say for example the fundraiser, if you are meeting, so it can be little bit the again the restructure. If you are meeting for example, let's say the date, or if you are going out with your friends and a networking event, you can go anywhere. And then again, same thing, you have to tell me about yourself. So now the question comes, what do you think? How should we structure the tell me about yourself so it can make or the break the deal for you? See you next time.